All right, everybody, let's see what our old pal Food is up to. So we're going to hop into what something is that she recently uploaded titled Addressing FF Goblin's Deflection Video. This is your documentation, LOL. So if you don't know what this is about, I mean, you probably do, but Chantal used to live in Canada. When she lived in Canada, she lived with this like ex-friend of hers or whatever named Pete's and two cats. And then the two cats she didn't really take care of, you know, didn't really take them to the groomer, didn't really take them to the vet, didn't really keep up on some of the habits that an adequate pet owner should be, okay? So when Chantal did her little excursion to the Middle East last year and then came back in February because of suspected, you know, visa renewal issues or whatever. She was kind of like, you know what, I need to tie up these loose ends. Like I'm not in the position to be taking care of these cats, everything. So let me go ahead and make accommodations for them. And then the one cat she had was like, I think like 7 or 8 years old. So she was able to give that cat away or rehome it, or I don't know what she did with it. We don't really know what happened to the one cat, Sam. But this other cat that she had, it was like 21 or 20 years old. Something, I don't know. It changes every day. The cat is somewhere between, I think, 17 and 21 years old, okay? So she was kind of like, you know what, I mean, it's not doing too well and everything. I think that I'm just going to go and get a consultation from a vet and see what I should do. But I mean, you know, when you use that kind of language, it's like, oh, so you're going to go and put the cat down? So what ended up happening is her arch nemesis reaction channel, FFG, that you can see to my lower right here, she made I don't know if she had the sister-in-law. FFG made an Instagram account or something and then was DMing Foodie on Instagram and said, hey girl, let me take care of your cat and everything. Like, I'm local. You know, I'm someone that could really use the company. I would love to have her, you know, if you're not able to take care of her and everything now. And Foodie, you know, was just really ready to get rid of the cat and everything. So the cat wasn't in good shape. And then when FFG's brother went to go pick up the cat, they got the cat and everything and had it assessed, and basically cat wasn't doing too well. And it wasn't because of the old age and everything. It was because of all the health conditions. You know, its nails were too long. It had kidney and liver issues, I think. And then the matted hair. It was things that resulted as a result of neglect, not because just the cat was old. So when that all came to light, FFG has really been, you know, vocal about that as to the condition of Chantal and everything. And really, in my opinion, I think that what has gone on in the past few months with the whole cat thing has tarnished Chantal's image really negatively, really negatively, because I think that a community online, when they see something like animal neglect and things like this, it's like, oh gosh, like this is unforgivable. I don't deal with this. I don't like this at all. So I think that Foodie knows that this has really impacted her channel and her audience, and I think that in her head it's impacted her views. Personally, I disagree with that. I don't think that it's impacted her views and everything, because villains still get the same, if not more, views. I think that it has everything to do with the move and her current side character and just having nothing to put out other than her getting takeout and sitting on the floor and eating. But anyway, we're going to hop into what is her clapback attempt. And really, this isn't her first clapback attempt. She's tried to clap back at she has tried to stand up for herself and, you know, make her part of the argument and all of this known and everything. It's just, I just I really don't understand what you could even say at this point to really absolve yourself of this or really point the conversation in a different direction. I mean, what's done is done. I mean, you were the one that was dense enough to give up your cat to someone that was DMing you on Instagram with a fake profile. I just maybe move on at this point. I think that, you know, sometimes that's what you have to do when you really screwed up and everything. I don't really understand why she's trying to rewrite history and try to sway other people's opinions, because it all seems pretty futile to me. But we'll hear her out. We'll listen to what she has to say. But, I mean, I pretty much have my mind made up. But, you know, we'll still listen.
All right, so I'm going to react to this stupid video that French Fried Goblin put out, accusing me of being an animal abuser. Okay. So what is this report that you didn't show the whole thing of? This means previous medical condition, previous medical issues. So this is what the circle in red says. It says that the cat was saved, sauvé d'une situation de négligence, 1 to 2 weeks. So they're saying that the cat was saved from a negligent situation, which could have been FFG telling that. That to me sounds like FFG telling the vet that. That doesn't sound like the vet coming up with that conclusion themselves. So I actually have the number for the vet in question. So I will take the liberty at some point of contacting the vet to find out for myself information. I don't know if it's going to be confidential, but I'm going to let them know.
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, I as far as I know, HIPAA doesn't exist for furry friends, but maybe, I mean, this is a private client that paid to have their cat assessed, so I don't understand why a veterinarian clinic or anything like this would give you that sort of information, especially when you can't prove that the cat ever belonged to you. So don't think that we'll ever see a follow-up on that.
That there could possibly be a defamation case and explain the situation, and I'm also going to question them on health conditions that are normal for an elderly cat to have. So get prepared for that. So furthermore, this is just, there's no context to
a defamation case. Chantal, this isn't the first time she's done this either. Chantal has threatened FFG with lawsuits before and everything. I mean, could you imagine? Could you even imagine going to college, going to law school, passing the bar, working as an attorney for 10 to 20 years, becoming a judge, and then, you know, you're sitting in your courtroom and everything, and in comes Chantal Sorrow with printed out thumbnails and screenshots and text messages and DMs from Instagram, and says, hey, judge, I want you to look at this. She's making it difficult for me to get my views up on YouTube. I mean, like, it's very reminiscent of that case back in, I don't know if this was early 2000s or 90s and everything, of the couple that took the large quantity of Beanie Babies and quite literally in the front of the courtroom separated them and was like, no, I get the spotted beagle, I get the panda bear Beanie Baby, I get the reindeer Beanie Baby, you can have this one, but I get to keep this one. Like, please stop wasting the court's times, because there are a lot of things that get pushed back for months. I mean, real things that are very important and impact the lives of people. I don't know, like things like custody and just like crime. I mean, it's just like these little frivolous cases that people like Chantal think up, and it's like, oh, I'm going to take them to court. It's a waste of everyone's time and money.
This is just more BS, and your brain dead zombies are willing to eat that up. Of course they are. So don't worry about that. That will be dealt with. As for any of those health conditions listed, other than the nails, everything else is expected in an elderly, dying cat, which is why, instead of prolonging her suffering and having her on treatments like you force-fed your dog several pills before you had to inevitably...
What about the matted fur, though? Because I remember hearing that FFG... I don't know every single thing that's wrong with it. I think it was liver, kidneys, UTI... And the UTI lasted for years. It wasn't anything new. I mean, So, I mean, maybe older cats are more prone to getting UTIs, but that still means that the UTI should be treated. But, I mean, in terms of the matted fur and everything, I mean, what? Oh, older cats should have matted fur? What are you saying? So, Chantal's saying, other than the long nails, every ailment or anything that was assessed and found negatively in this cat is normal. It's expected in an older aged cat, which, no, hon, no.
Inevitably put it down, which you will have to do very shortly for BBJ. I was taking my pet to the vet to determine the best course of action. Ear infections, things like that, kidney failure, especially. Kidney failure, I've known for a while she was having, she had chronic kidney disease, which is incurable. The vet told me to give her more water. She wasn't starving to death. She was fed every day. If she was starving, why would animal control not remove my pets from the home on the 3 occasions they were there?
Because, well, FFG told us that you didn't let them in and that they left notices on the door. Because, I mean, animal control doesn't really have a warrant. They can't force themselves into your house. And if you just never answered the door and they leave something there, I mean, that's as far as it goes, really. So why didn't they remove my cats from me? Because there was never an opportunity. You would never open the door for them to assess the cat.
Lies, defamation and lies. Starving to death also is an indication when cats stop eating that they're suffering and they're dying. So you're again prolonging her suffering. So who's the real animal abuser? French fried goblin? And the nerve of you to say you saved that cat from death? She was going to take a dirt nap? You killed both your dogs. You euthanized both your dogs. You killed your second dog, Maggie, under suspicious circumstances.
Okay, regardless of whatever you're trying to say this woman did to her dogs has absolutely nothing to do with the way that you treated your cat. You see what I'm saying? I mean, it's like we're talking about variables A and B, and you're trying to bring in variable R and X. It just doesn't make any sense. So if the point of this video is trying to win people over as to convincing them that you were not a bad pet owner, that you weren't negligent, that you weren't all of these things that FFG has presented to her audience, you talking about her dogs doesn't help that proposal.
Circumstances because it would no longer eat because of separation anxiety. A dog won't starve itself. It will eventually eat, you big fat liar. Also, that rerun of the play of me saying, BBJ, you want to go in a box? Jokes. All jokes. If I wanted my cat dead, I wouldn't have had her for 19, 20 years. You weird psycho. So you need to get your chins.
Wait, BBJ, do you want to go in a... Why would you joke about that? Maybe I'm misinterpreting the joke here, but... If she said to her cat, BBJ, do you want to go in a box? Does that mean like they were talking about the means in which like the cat would pass on? Like, do you want the cat to be cremated? Do you want to be put in a box? I mean, just like, and you're saying that's a joke? Jokes are supposed to be funny. That just seems morbid, cruel, distasteful. Jokes? I don't know. Again, not really helping your case here, Chantal.
The fuck out of my life and get a life of your own. Because at the end of the day, this beautiful sea view is what I wake up to next to my real husband, not a pathetically...
Again, what does you waking up next to the ocean have to do with the way that you treated your cats? I just like don't understand what goes through people's heads sometimes, really. I mean, the point of this is to tell everyone that you weren't a bad pet owner, right? That you aren't what people are accusing you of. And I mean, you're on here saying, I wake up next to this beautiful oceanside view. How is that supposed to make anyone feel? It's like, oh, you know what? Yeah, she wakes up next to a really nice oceanside view. She's, you know what? She probably treated her cats pretty well, you know? It's like, that would never cross anyone's mind. And then I think she's about to talk about the boyfriend, or sorry, the husband.
This beautiful sea view is what I wake up to next to my real husband, not a pathetically fabricated.
Oh my God. Oh my God. It's like, this is kind of what I meant earlier in the video, where it's like, there's a point where you should just take the L. I just move on. Just don't address it. Or, I mean, this would never happen in girl world, but I mean, a little bit of ownership and a little bit of coming to a point of understanding and saying, you know what, guys, I screwed up. I screwed up. You know, taking a little bit of ownership and accountability and everything. That would never happen in girl world. I mean, when pigs fly and hell is frozen over, that would happen. But I mean, really, you're calling this content creator's husband fake, fabricated and everything. I mean, the irony. And I mean, even on top of that, you don't have any proof of that. You don't have any proof that this woman's in a relationship or not. I mean, I think that this information is completely irrelevant and everything, but how is you saying that this content creator doesn't have a man or doesn't have a husband and you do? Like, what does that have to do with the cats? What does that have to do with the allegations that people are saying against you? It's like, you don't have a boyfriend. I wake up next to this ocean view. I'm a good pet owner. Do you see that? It's just like, I don't really understand how her brain works. I'm just trying to understand.
Lumberjack man, okay? You single white female. Anyway, this is the last of the attention I will give.
She called her a single white female? Okay, again, I mean, you don't know if she's single. What does her skin color have to do with it? Chantal, you're also white. Can anybody make sense? There are some times when I sit down to a girl world video and it's just like, I don't know. Up is down, left is right. Like the sun sets in the east, not the west. I have no idea what some of these things that she's saying mean. You single white female. That one really took me for a spin.
Give you, and I will deal with everything else behind the scenes. But don't mistake my silence for weakness. Also, elderly cats also stop grooming. She did not have matted fur when I had her. So that was your doing before you took her to the vet, not me. And also rotting teeth. She's had rotting teeth for a long time. And the vet said it wasn't worth it putting an elderly cat under the pressure and pain and anesthesia of having them fixed at her age. So yes, rotting teeth.
Well, okay. So she's denying the matted fur, that was her fault. I mean, Chantal, you were out of the country for months not taking care of this cat. And I mean, during that little arc when you came back in February and you were driving around your hometown in Canada and getting fast food and, you know, laughing in your car and live streaming and things like that, not taking your cat to the vet and everything. I mean, as far as I know, FFG took BBJ to the vet very quickly after picking up the cat. So it was either the same day or the next day that BBJ went to the vet. So she's pinning the matted fur that was documented here on the person that had the cat for less than 48 hours versus the person that was responsible for the cat and was out of the country for months. The matted fur was their fault. All right.
Kidney failure, all those things are normal for an elderly cat, which is indicative that it's probably time to do the right thing. But no, you're going to prolong the suffering so that you can milk it for clout and views. So who's the real animal abuser? Who's the real animal killer when you... Do you have 2 dogs? No, you don't, because you euthanize them. So you need to have several seats and shut the fuck up and get your chins again out of my life. Thank you. You have been a proven liar. and you sit there and accuse me, and your dumb audience accuses me of lying about what? You were just proven lies. You said on your Twitter before the stream where the cat sound was heard that you were heading home, and then you're going live in 40 minutes. So you admitted on your Twitter that you were at home, and then you turn around and say, I don't have the cat. I was streaming from my brother.
I mean, she's going into a whole new diatribe about things that, I don't know, I'm just kind of whipped. I mean, I just filmed that Amber Lynn video. It just, I don't know, it kind of took it out of me for some reason. But watching this and everything, I mean, she's saying you need to get your chins out of my life. I mean, is that a comment that you should be coming from? Oh my. Just sometimes these Girl World episodes are just a little much.
Others, when you just contradicted yourself with your Twitter. I don't know if your audience is too brain dead or they're just so hate blind for me, which I love that for you because your entire audience is just my biggest fans. My haters are literally my biggest fans. Nobody spends hours listening to you spew anything out of your cackling witch voice unless you really hate me. So I love that for you. Everything you have in life is my leftovers, while I get to live my authentic life. It's
that's not true. Anything, people would only listen to you unless you were spewing hate about me. I mean, as far as I know, FFG has covered other content creators too. It was the woman with the 12 kids, and then the whole camping thing. I don't know off the top of my head if she's covered any other content creators, but I mean, just those two examples alone disprove that statement. No one wants to listen to you unless you're spewing hate about me. I mean, there's quite literally evidence against that statement. I mean, evidence against that statement, whereas everything that you've said in this video, Chantal, does not have any evidence to back it up.
Really pathetic that you don't see that. I feel actually I'm going to start pitying you from now on and pray that someday you get a real lumberjack in your life and not someone that you have to fabricate and make up, inventing that they touch you. You're projecting everything you spew in your live streams, you project onto me.
What do you think is more pathetic? I kind of wish we were on live stream right now. Like, what would be more pathetic in theory? Making up a boyfriend, saying that you have someone in your life, or paying someone to be with you? Let's just go along with the theory here, you know, in theory that Chantal's correct in saying this, that she doesn't have a boyfriend and she's making it up. Who would look like more of a clown? The person that made up that the person exists, or the person that pays to have their person in their life? I know my answer to that question.
You clearly have the cat. Well, it could be TV, really. When do you hear the TV in FFG streams? Really? And what is the coincidence? It would have to be a very, very, very big coincidence for this whole ordeal with BBJ to happen and for her not to have another cat noise in the background. You have to be dumb. Not only that, but Amy Flowers admitted on Twitter.
Okay. So this is another video that she did, I want to say 2 days ago, where it was so weird. It was like her replaying the same 3-second clip over and over again for 10 minutes. It was like, oh my gosh. So in the background of one of FFG's stream, you could hear a cat meow. And I guess the whole narrative on FFG's stream is that she doesn't have the cat, that she's not taking care of the cat. It's that her sister-in-law is taking care of the cat. I don't really know like the whole point behind that and everything. Like, I mean, more so, I don't understand Chantal's like continuing to bring it up. I mean, if she's lying about that, I mean, the cat not being in Chantal's care is best. It's better than any other situation. I mean, you know, you could even argue it's like maybe it would have more of a chance outside because, I mean, at least outside it would have had access to food. I don't know. This whole like, I don't have the cat thing. Yes, you do. you have the cat. I don't really understand the point to that. So is Chantal just trying to catch her in a lie? But I don't know. Let's play around with another scenario. Like, say FFG is lying. Say that she actually is BBJ's caretaker and the cat lives with her in the house. I mean, like, what would be the response to that? Like, oh, like, you got me. You know? It's like, who cares? Who cares where the cat's living? If it's with the sister-in-law or if it's with if it's with FFG. I don't know. This is the part of the whole clapback series that I don't really understand. Maybe some of you in the comments can let me know about this. I just don't really understand the importance of if BBJ lives with FFG or whether or not BBJ lives with the sister-in-law.
That she lives in California, telling one of her fans or FFG's fans to go visit her in Cali. So why is the vet report in fucking French when we know this goblin is from the trashiest part of Montreal? Hello? Can you not put two and two together? I mean, have you never done a puzzle or what? And for people to say, oh, well, at least she's safe now. You were going to kill her.
Well, it was like the day after. So, I mean, like the first week that they had BBJ was still local and they took it to a local vet. Again, I mean, I don't really know much about this whole California thing. This is like a little corridor stairwell of this little series that I haven't really like thought about or really heard much of. So I'm not going to provide too much commentary on it and everything. It's just, I guess like the point I'm trying to get across here is like, does it matter who has the cat? I mean, the cat's being taken care of. The cat was rescued from a very hostile situation in which it probably didn't have much time left.
And you literally know that BBJ's was someone who killed both her dogs, right? Who euthanized their pets? Not me, FFG. I only said I was taking her to the vet to have her to see if that was the most humane thing to do. A lot of people euthanize their pets in a humane way, not to prolong their suffering, which is animal abuse. Prolonging the suffering of an animal who's ill with all of those ailments you listed is called animal abuse. I will call a vet and get that confirmed.
Having matted fur taken care of, having a cat's nails trimmed, treating a cat's UTI infection all falls under that term?
Okay, so again, and don't tell me, anyone who, I hate when people say, stop talking about it. This is my channel. This is something that's affected my life. And I have a right to point out people's lies, just like they spend the 3 fucking hours doing about me. All right? So, yeah.
Well, and I think that people are saying that not because they don't want to hear you talk about it. It's just because it's a losing battle. I mean, there's absolutely nothing that you have said in the past or in this video that has made you look like better. I mean, after watching almost 8 minutes of this almost 11-minute video, I think no differently than when I started this video. I don't think, oh, you know what? Yeah, Chantal was a good pet owner. Oh, you know what? She did take care of her cats. You know, oh, the cat is in a, like, I do not think the cat is in a worse situation now than what it was in prior. So I think that's what people mean when they say stop talking about it, because I really don't think this is something that you're going to win, hon.
I will talk about what I want on my channel, and if you don't like it, go watch Mr. Rogers. All you have to do, FFG, is show the vet reports of why Maggie was murdered. Another thing that you have to do that would be so easy to do is prove that she's not with you. And nobody has proof that BBJ's okay. BBJ's in a better place. How do you know? How the fuck do you know? You have no evidence of that. She's done nothing but take your money with no evidence of BBJ being okay. At all. Nothing. You hear a whiny cry in the background.
She's put up pictures, hasn't she? Yeah. Because I remember even on Twitter recently, I saw she put up a picture of BBJ. It was like BBJ sitting in this little cat house in the living room. It was like a pineapple. It was like a stuffed pineapple, and BBJ sits inside of it. So there's no evidence, there's no footage of BBJ being okay. I mean, what do you? There was a photo, and then there was photos of when she got the Gucci collar. I mean, there have been things, like, just off of the top of my head, like, I've seen pictures and stuff of BBJ.
Does that mean you're abusing her? Because that's what you used to accuse me of anytime BBJ cried. So in the end, your video proves nothing except that you're taking my words out of context. I was making a joke. Anyone who's followed me knows I was joking about the dirt nap, about everything. Because she's elderly, she's on the brim of death. It's a fact. It's life. Blame God. Don't get mad at me. All right? I make light of situations that are stressful for me. I've always said that. Always said that. So it proves nothing other than all those ailments you listed in your video, all attributed to being old and suffering, which you're prolonging, you animal abuser.
Wait, not taking care of a cat stresses you out. Okay. Or did she mean the old age? So Chantal is justifying the fact that she made a joke about her cat getting a dirt nap and getting put in a coffin box. That was her making light of it because she was anxious about. Okay, I'm just trying to piece everything together. Bear with me.
Even the nails, they grow super fast. Why were Sam's nails okay? And when I checked in Kuwait a month after going, her nails were fine on camera, as far as I could see. So, your video proves nothing. Teeth.
And then the roommate said that wasn't true. Pete said that they never had a FaceTime call or they never got on video chat, and Pete's never showed Chantal while she was in Kuwait the first time from November through February. They never had a video chat. So, okay. And then the point is that really I don't understand in this is, why would you be referencing the state of the cat in a video chat that you saw from someone while you were away? Because she was home for the entire month of February. So you would have had ample time to assess the cat for yourself and look at the cat's nails. You just didn't. You kind of see what I'm saying? I mean, she's like, I saw the cat's nails when I was away during the fall or during the early part of 2023. But then when I got home, she didn't think to look at the nails. She just didn't ever pick up the cat or do anything, or she noticed it and didn't care. And it's like, oh, well, I saw it in a video chat months before, so when I got home, I didn't have to look at the cat. Like, is that what you're saying? This is even for Foodie, this is a lot. This video is a lot.
Everything. Maybe the ears. I didn't know she had an ear infection. I was taking her to the vet the next day, though. But no, you got there first, right? So you can use her for clout. So everything else, kidney disease, all those things that you're prolonging the suffering of. Yeah, and I never starved her. So that's defamation. Pure defamation. If she's starving, it's because she doesn't want to eat anymore because she's sick. Animal abuser. I fed her every day. If she wasn't fed and didn't have food, animal control would have taken her away 3 times they were there. So if you're all too brain dead to get this, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not giving your pathetic ass any more content that you rely on.
Oh, no, you do, Chantal. You care a lot. And yes, this will not be the last video that you make about this. Oh, my. Anytime you hear a girl in girl world say that they don't care, oh, you bet your bottom dollar they care.
I can't imagine. You sit around with your dad. You make fun of my family. What kind of loser, like your father, sits around and discusses me in a disgusting way? No wonder your pathetic, lonely, miserable ass turned out the way you did, a miserable bully. No wonder where you got it from. I always say it's the parents. Always the parents who make their kids bullies. And there you go. Pure example. Very good work you did, Mr. FFG. Anyway, no more attention for you, and anything I do will be behind the scenes. I'm not sure. Like I said, don't mistake my silence for weakness. Because every single thing you've said wrong about me, all of these years you put into your miserable hate and defaming my character, everything you've done, you will reap what you sow.
Oh boy. Chantal is coming in hot with the lawsuits. That would be... Oh my. That would be like a pay-per-view event for Girl World. I mean, like them going to court. Like, could you imagine? All right, everybody. Well, I think that's it for the Foodie Booty video and everything. This one was a real head twister. I didn't realize that this one had this much lunacy involved in it and everything. This was a lot. This was definitely a lot. But thanks for hanging in there if you made it to the end, and I will see ya next time.